The number one thing that probably outweighs anything else is to really get clear on winning. If you think about sports, for instance, is the easiest analogy. Think about any sort of premier level athlete. They are crystal clear on what it takes to win, right? On what the rules are, what score or time they need to beat, etc. Most companies are not. Most companies, if I go in and sit down with the CEO and I say, tell me in 6 months, you've been insanely successful. Tell me what it looks like beyond the financial metrics. Most people can get the financial metrics. And they say, well, I don't know. Well, really? Then what race are you in? What track are you running on? Because we're all running every day, right? So that focus on winning is absolutely essential to innovation. And here's why. Here's the correlation. If I'm really clear on the end state, what I call the destination, where I'm going, in only about 6 to 18 months, you don't have to go way out, okay? 6 to 18 months, if I'm really clear on the destination and what it looks like comprehensively, my brain is so amazing it will fill in with innovative approaches to get me there, with ideas I don't even know I can think of. Right? So it's amazing what's in there rattling around, the pieces and parts that will get put together if I'm clear on the win. When I'm not clear on the win, every day I'm in the to-do mode, I'm in the tactics mode. Okay? So this requires stepping back, and I have to, you can do this in 5-minute increments. This does not have to be 3 weeks away in Cabo at an offsite. It can be done in really small pieces. Get clear on winning. Focus on a target. So that's number one. Now, as part of that process, the second thing I really challenge leaders today to do is to challenge their own assumptions. What are they absolutely positively sure is so about your business? Was it true a year ago and it's not true anymore? Because we get stuck quick, right? If it worked for us, we're successful, right? We're running these wonderful companies. So we get stuck and we continue doing the same things over and over and over. But guess what? Everything in the world changed around us. Customers, employees, vendors, resources available and not. So if we can learn to challenge our assumptions, to say, what am I absolutely positively sure is true? What if I'm wrong? I know I'm not, because I'm really smart, right? I'm the CEO after all. But what if I was? What might I see? What might I see? So that's probably number two. The third one is really around changing your perspective, looking at the same data in a new way. Okay, so these are all very closely correlated. But you think about, so many people have seen the images of the old lady, the young lady. It's the same image, right? And I always show that when I do a presentation. Everyone goes, oh, I know this one. I'm going to get this right. It's the old lady and the young lady. And then I ask you, now what would you see if you were 6 years old? Well, of course, people come up with crazy things. You would see 2 old ladies, because even a 23-year-old woman is quite old if you're 6. Life is about perspective. So if you can pause every now and then when you're looking at your financials monthly and look at them from a different perspective, what would my competitor see? What if a venture capitalist group were going to purchase us? Where would they invest deeper? Where would they uninvest? What if my employees had all this data? What different decisions would they make? So that's the third trigger, is to just change your perspective, to look at that data that you've got. Same data can look very different depending on where you sit. So put on that new pair of glasses every now and then. Focus on a target, challenge your assumptions, and change your perspective.